You already know what it is. And if you don't, just stay a while. You might learn something. Now, I just wanted to get on here and say, like, I won't be coming on here with no main introduction no more. To me, that's scripted, and I don't like that. I don't like saying the same thing every day. Like, it reminds me of people in church stand up and say the same thing every Sunday. Like, literally, that's just me, though. But anyway, welcome everybody. Welcome on. Now, I wanted to talk about the shadow work that nobody talks about, okay? As y'all already know from my channel, I talk about bring and speak things that nobody else wants to deal with or talk about, you know. So there's that. I wanted to talk about the shadow work because it's the behind the scenes of what's really going on with a person when they suffering. And I don't know why I use the word suffering because it's literally it feel like suffering when we trying to grow and evolve here on this earth in this 3D matrix, right? So that's the word that came. But not so much suffering, but just when somebody is really doing the work, the shadow work, okay? Everybody don't do it first of all. And the ones that do it don't even get no credit for doing it, okay? And if I'm not looking straight in the camera, it's because I just get more out of looking up in the sky or whatever. But anyway, people don't talk about once you're doing the shadow work, how hard it is to overcome different things like obstacles and challenges in life that we're trying to grow and evolve from, right? Because you start from somewhere. Me personally, I started from the mud, you know, so it's about working your way up, just like in the corporate where you work your way up. You know, if this was work, for example, you would work your way up from entry level to the honcho, right? The head nigga or bitch in charge, right? So it's the same thing with shadow work, but you really got to go deep within. And this is where internal work comes from, because everything starts within. Okay, some of us, it really takes a lot for you to have to look at yourself. So therefore, we come in contact with different people, different things that help us to see ourselves in the way our behavior is and the way we actually are when it comes to like life, right? So sometimes people will mirror you back to yourself and you be like, I don't like them, and you don't know what you don't like about them, but 9 times out of 10 that is a reflection of what you are or what you're suffering with, okay? So yeah, it's like we come in contact with people with different soul contracts for the purpose of being able to see ourselves, because you know when you look in the mirror you can't see yourself really unless you look in the mirror, right? So they are your mirror. Sometimes other people, sometimes it don't have to be people, sometimes these are different situations that you're put in, and it's causing you to show you your behavior. Sometimes we suppress things and behaviors and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not no doctor, psychologist. This all naturally coming to me channeled and everything, and I just wanted to discuss it. So with that being said, certain things we can't see. You know, it's almost like somebody who's losing or even gaining weight. You know, sometimes other people can see it before you. You know, so that's why it's it's important to sometimes be open and open minded, because you know that allows you to take in criticism and other things like that, advice, guidance from others, okay, instead of being stubborn and downright stuck in your ways and wondering why you keep going through the same shit, right? Me, myself, I struggle with this as well, so I'm not extinct from this. Nobody is, okay? Many of us suffer from different things, childhood wounds, addictions, the dark, deep shit that everybody try to hide, suppress, and bury, right? We don't want to show it to the world, but sometimes we are showing it to the world and don't even know we're showing it to the world. And sometimes, it just comes out at different times. It just depends on what we're talking about here, right? So it's giving me the moon card. If I had to pick a card that I see clairvoyantly in my mind's eye, it's the moon card, where things are hidden. So this is shadow work, okay? Things are hidden, things are suppressed, things are buried, subconsciously. it's been suppressed as well, so you may not remember. It might come up and you're wondering where it came from. This is what this is, okay? Um, also, yeah, I'm seeing the moon card. So some of y'all probably been in deep reflection, doing deep reflecting is what I'm hearing. Some of y'all been doing deep reflecting on thyself, right? And it's giving me something that's going on internal, like with a lot of people right now, where you're being made to look at you. Um, the internal you, though, like the things you've been battling with, the struggles, the challenges, the self sabotaging, all that play a role. And whether or not we grow and evolve, okay, or not. It's just that simple. You either do or you don't. And it's things that stop you along the way. So this is why this shadow work and shadow, the things that we keep hidden, suppressed, covered up. This is why it's important to work on thyself, okay? And if we all doing this individually, then the world will be a better place, okay? Because people don't realize how deep rooted and seated things could be, okay? And sometimes, you know how a liar lies so much they start to believe their own lies. It's sort of like that with the shadow work. If you're not doing it, you covering it up, trying to hide it from the world, okay? That's not helping you to heal. First of all, let's start there. It's not helping you to heal. It's not helping you to grow and evolve. In fact, it's causing you to be stagnant. It's causing you to be not reach your full potential or your goals. It's causing you to like have low self-confidence. It's causing all kind of things, mental stress, mental anxiety, different things like that. It causes all of this, you know. So it's unhealthy if you don't do shadow work for me, okay? So it's a must for me. I must work on it. I must try at least, even if I fail. And let me tell y'all something about it, like, because we backslide sometimes and we beat ourselves up and we be mad, but that's part of learning a lesson, right? You ain't gonna always get it right the first time, and that's okay. Some people understand that and some don't. But with this being said, some people learn faster than others. I told y'all this before on this channel, where some people just like to bump their head till it bleed, and some people bump their head once, they be like, nah, I ain't fucking with that. You know what I mean? It just depends on what type of person you are, right? So everybody's different. Shadow work could be anything from addictions, and it's all kinds. So I ain't gonna go into naming them. We know what addiction is, right? It's something that you feel like you have to have in order to survive, right? But it's really mental. It's really just a bad habit, and you can get it really quickly, right? But it takes forever to get rid of. It's so hard. It's harder to get rid of because or if not, it wouldn't be an addiction, right? It's something that also we try to hide or hope people don't notice, right? And damn, like people is nosy nowadays, so people notice a lot. So it's really pointless to try to hide anything. Like I always say, you win by being yourself to begin with. Anyway, though, but people do this, and we all hide or suppress something, right? Because if not, you never really know people, right? And if you didn't hide or suppress some things, then you would know everything about everybody, and that's not true. That's not the case. Like I feel like it's more true that you never really know anybody. You feel me? Yeah, you never really know anybody. I don't care if you live with them, if you've been together for 20 years, 10 years, you never really know anybody. And that's why we have these relationships where people actually ended up, sometimes they be so violent and they end up in the D word. I'm not even gonna say it today. I don't feel like it, but fuck it. Okay, I'm seeing the moon now. I'm seeing the death card. Okay, so yeah, change and transformation, deep inner change and transformation is significant for this reading happening right now. Okay, and when we talk about change or transformation, it don't mean death, right? But some of these addictions can cause death, right? Even if it's you being addicted to love, okay? Because people are. They don't even realize that they're addicted to love. That's why they become overly possessive, obsessive, taking shit to the extremes, they're addicted. You are really their drug, then they're addicted. I say that all the time because that shit is true, right? So another addiction is like me cussing. I'm trying to stop. I don't cuss all the time, but it used to be way worse. So I think I've grown a little over the years, and changed that. It's not as bad as it used to be, but I'm still working on that. I'm a work in progress, and I tell y'all that all the time. I'm not perfect. I'm perfectly imperfect, and God is still and always working on me. Okay, to the day I die. So with that being said, this not me making excuses. This me being real with y'all. Okay, this is really a process, and growth, evolution, and change, breaking the addiction, a generational curse. None of this shit happened overnight. It takes decades, sometimes months, years, okay, for some people to handle or battle or face or have to, get over it. And some it takes them cold turkey. They stop with the drop of a fucking water, okay, or a heartbeat, whatever they call it. Yeah, they stop instantly, and it's good, and it's easier for them. Kudos to those people, okay. I ain't never been one of those fucking people, right? I'm hard headed, do everything the hard way, learn the hard way, all that shit, which I hate about myself. But hey, again, perfectly imperfect, created by the universe, okay, our creator. So I'm not mad, but I'm just being real with y'all. Like, we all different. And so people need to have more understanding when it comes to people doing this shadow work, knowing that it's a real thing. Take it serious, that's all I really wanted to say about the shadow work. Not nothing long, but it should be talked about more, because people don't talk about how hard and bad it could be for the person that's actually going through trying to get over something, whether it's life challenges, a situation, or an addiction. It's hard for people to get over things or to go through things, and instead of beating them up, why not like try to help them out, help them get over it, or be by their side during that time. Like, and some of y'all done exhausted all your options. I'm not even gonna lie, people was fucking fed up, tired of trying to work with you and deal with you. Some of y'all are too hard to go through this with. I'm not even gonna lie, but it just depends on who you are, and that's to be understood too, because hey, you need to know that you don't learn shit the hard way. I mean, the easy way. You take people through the ringer, so you a little harder to deal with from others. You a little harder to talk to than others. So your shadow work gonna take more work than others, and that's something that only you can work on. Okay, it all starts within, and it starts with us. I cannot be here talking about shadow work, telling y'all about it if I'm not trying to do it myself. And it is okay, and it is trying to do the shadow work myself, but I could be the first person to tell y'all this shit is not easy. This shit is not for the weak. Especially when you have to face accountability for shit you done wrong. And believe it or not, we all out here doing wrong to somebody or have done wrong to somebody. We all out here affecting others with our energy, because energy is just that. It's contagious. And whoever you be around or interact with or exchange energy with, whether it's your kids, your spouse, your family members, your friends, your coworkers, you exchanging energy on an everyday basis. So this is why this is important and should be talked about even more. So maybe people have a better understanding of why people do the things they do, and why it's harder for others than you know some, and things of that nature. You feel me? But yeah, first of all, we don't take shadow work serious. First of all, let's start there. A lot of people don't. They don't take it serious enough. Like, you really got to do this work, or you carrying these childhood wounds over into your parenting, over into your friends. You know, you carrying things over. What happened to you in childhood? If you're not healing those things, you carrying it over. So it leaks out into your friend groups, and now y'all talking about it. It leaks over into your children, so now they acting like it, or they being affected by it. I mean, this is why this work is important. Now, Jesus took up his own cross, right? So that means he had to take and carry his own weight. We need to carry our own weight sometimes. Sometimes we don't need to be looking for a crutch. We don't need to be looking for a wheelchair from others. You feel me? Sometimes that weight can be too heavy on them. Sometimes it can be too hard for them. to deal with. So we need to be understanding both for the person who's actually doing the shadow work and for the person who's, transferring that energy onto others. Like, because either way it go, we always going through transferring energy. I seen a video the other day that said, oh, you're not supposed to vent on Facebook. I didn't agree with everything in the video. If I can go back and find it, I will post it below. But I didn't agree with everything I seen in the video, but I seen his point that he was trying to make. It's like word vomit. You vomiting your bullshit all over somebody else, long story short, and it's affecting them now. Now they fighting your demons or your spiritual battles, those spirits that you unleashed on them by talking about it, because words are, our weapons. And that's what we need to normalize too. Words being weapons, right? And just being careful who you vent to is what he was trying to say, but that's my point. Like, everybody can't handle it, and I got what he was saying, but at the end of the day, I do feel like it's important for you to express yourself and get things out instead of keeping them bottled up inside of you. That's really unhealthy. So professionally, maybe talk to somebody that can help you get through that. um, you definitely got to find the right person or people for you. Okay, find your tribe, your soul family, people that help you heal and feel better. Okay, this is why we talk about soul family. Okay, because maybe my earthly family, my immediate family, my blood family don't relate to me at all, right? But my soul family feels me in every way, and that's possible. Okay, so yeah, I don't know who needed to hear this, but somebody needed to hear it. And know that I'm a work in progress. I'm going through this as well as you guys, and I'm not telling y'all nothing I'm not doing myself. It's hard sometimes. With me doing my own shadow work, it's really challenging. Sometimes I want to give up. Sometimes I backslide. Sometimes, because we all fuck up, we all make mistakes, but after repeatedly doing it, it's something that you really need to stop and look at and reflect on. Like, damn, it's me. It's been me the whole time. Maybe I'm the problem, and you're going to continue to be the problem, especially talking about growth and evolution. If you're studying self-sabotaging or stopping yourself or affecting, your own growth and evolution, it's a very real thing. Okay, we talk about, you hear watching these readings all the time about self-sabotaging behavior, but we don't really understand what it is, right? Some of us, maybe some of us do, and that's cool. But I'm talking to those who don't, right? If you don't understand what that is, that's when you fuck yourself. Okay, you might as well have a female or male part and fuck yourself. Okay, because that's exactly what you're doing. Okay, when you self sabotage, it don't always take somebody else to sabotage you in your life. Sometimes it's just you. It was you the whole fucking time. So even me, I have to look at things like this and realize, where it's me, fix it. Okay, because we are not perfect, right? But we have to accept accountability and shed light on the imperfect parts of ourselves and try to work on those parts of ourselves. I mean, sometimes there's no fixing people, right? Sometimes all you can do is work on somebody or work on, you know what I mean? And like the doctors, they you might have something wrong. They don't give you the cure, they just give you the medicine to work on it, right? So, allegedly, right? So, and the whole time the cure there. Same thing with the shadow work. Okay, the whole time you are the cure. That's what I'm trying to say. So I hope y'all understood that. Look at this. I love looking up at the sky. For me, the sky is more beautiful than what goes on and what I see down here on Earth. Besides some beautiful houses. Okay, Mother Nature is beautiful to me. Could be because I'm an earth sign. I don't fucking know. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Talk about that really quick. And I'm up off. I know y'all missed the readings and shit, but I've been bringing them clairvoyantly to y'all. And whatever I get and pick up, I still do these readings, just in a different way, okay? These are very real. I just don't pull as many cards. I'm not sitting here going through my mind's eye. What card do y'all have for me? Talking to my spirit guides, you feel me? But if I see a card and they telling me to talk about it, then I'm gonna do that. If that makes sense, right? So That's what I've been bringing and giving y'all lately. Until God tell me otherwise, that's what it's gonna be. Okay. Um, right now, as y'all know, I already told y'all this, but I'm going through a transition right now where I am moving, and it's not as easy as people think because I'm not actually just moving houses. Okay. So with that being said, bear with me, you guys, until I get settled into my new home. Until then, I'm just not really up to doing readings. I'm sorry. My energy just been low. And me too, when I do shadow work, since we on the subject, I go through things every day too. Like, I'm not just the tarot reader. I tell y'all that all the time because I fucking mean it, first of all. And second of all, I'm still a fucking human being, just like you guys. I'm a spiritual being first, but I'm still a human being. Okay? So understand that, please. And continue to, binge watch other videos. They're all timeless. It's very important information there. If you see a title, it catch your eye, or a thumbnail under my videos that seem like it resonate with you, watch the video because they're all timeless no matter when I do these videos, okay? And again, all I was picking up today was the moon card and the death card. So it's telling me, it's giving deep reflections of thy inner self, okay? You guys are doing shadow work at this moment, whether you know it or not, okay? And yeah, it's giving me, things are being purged, okay? It's giving me purge. It really is. It's giving me purge. I'm seeing the movie Purge in my mind's eye, and I haven't seen that movie in years, but it's telling me that y'all could be doing emotional purging, or this could be actually y'all purging things out of y'all life, like literally changing things, literally ending shit. Like, you feel me? That's the energy, okay? I'm picking up. So ain't too much more to talk about. This too shall pass, and until the end, you guys stay strong, stay grounded. Later.